Hi, I'm Rick at Rick Turns, and today's video is... Hello, I'm Rick Morris. I'm here today with a big walnut log, and I'm going to turn it sideways on the lathe to make a bowl out of it. By sideways, I mean, boy, this thing's heavy. Once I get it trimmed down and mounted, it's going to be mounted on the lathe like this, and this is going to be one side of the bowl, and the back face here is going to be the other side of the bowl. Well, this is a pretty big log. Still fairly fresh, I think. I got it about 6 or 8 months ago. I'm not sure how long it had been cut down before then, but it had been left outside. And if you take a look at the end grain here, you see that tiny split right there, which isn't showing up all that well, I don't think. Tiny split right there. And over on this side, small split right there. That has not enlarged. That split has not gotten any bigger since I got it. So I'm guessing when I got this log, it was still fairly fresh. And, incidentally, 2 coats of tight bond glue, and man, it has not, those splits haven't enlarged at all. All right, let's see what we got here. There's about 17 inches right there. And if we look over on this side, let's see what we got. There's about 11 inches, about almost 13 inches there. Back side here, that's about the same, 13 by, well, a little bit bigger back here, about 13 by 13. So roughly it's 16 by 13. 17 by 13. I'm going to cut about 4 inches off of here with my chainsaw, electric chainsaw, so that I don't mind operating it inside, and that'll just get a little bit more weight off of here before I start working on it. Here with my chainsaw, my electric chainsaw, and some safety gear here. This is an RZ mask here. And it does very well. People with glasses. And okay, I'm ready to go. Gonna put this on the bandsaw, cut a circle out like, well, actually, be like that. And so I need a little flat on the bottom here so, to put it on the bandsaw so that it'll be stable while I'm cutting it. And I'm also gonna cut a little slice off the top right over here too, just to remove some of the waste from when I start turning. So, got about 13 inches from here to here. I don't have a 12-inch template, which would have been better, but I can go to the outside of this and fasten this in place with a screw. All right, now to the bandsaw. It's a pretty heavy piece of walnut. So I'm going to use this 4-inch faceplate that has holes for 8 screws on it. That is firmly attached, so now it's off to the lathe to get started here. And boy, that thing is heavy. I really don't want to carry it all the way over. I know. Yeah, that worked a lot better. Okay. All right, that's nice and tight. Let's see what kind of speed I'm going to get out of that. It's about 500, 600, 645. Better than I expected. It's looking good. All right, now I'm going to start doing some rounding over down here. I'm going to be using this. This is a one-way stronghold, and got my dividers here set for basically from the center of the stronghold to the outer edge of the jaws when the jaws are fully closed. So I'm going to mark that and cut it just a little bit larger than that, and then expand the jaws into it. I think I'm going to cut probably about a ½ inch deep for this. All right, I think I'm going to stop there for the exterior and go ahead and mount it in the chuck. As you can see, I have changed the direction of the workpiece. It's now in the chuck and held very securely, and I got the tailstock brought up. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'll just true up the outside again. I had to turn off quite a bit there to get it back into round. It's been a couple of days since I worked on it, and although I had it sealed up in plastic, it has still warped a good bit. So now I'm going to use my large scraper here, and I'm going to be shear scraping the outside to get rid of all those tool marks. And now I'm going to start hollowing this out. Well, I had hoped to keep the tailstock in place for a little bit longer, but I'm not going to be able to. So I've taken it away. I'm going to turn this away, and then I'm going to start thinning out the sides here. Right about there. Maybe a little bit more. Excellent. So I'm right about there. Again, maybe an inch of solid wood there. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to stop cutting on this now. I need to do quite a bit of sanding there. Very last step, clean up the bottom right here. And you can see I've got it mounted on my huge faceplate. Just going to real lightly turn this down right here. I'm ready to put finish on here. And I'll be using my wiping varnish, which is just a mixture of regular varnish and mineral spirits 1:1. Okay, that's about it for the first coat of varnish. When I come back, I'll have 4, maybe 6 coats on it, and we'll see the finished product. Well, I can't decide if this turned out to be a bowl or a vase, or maybe it's a little bit of both, which would make it either a base or a bowl. But it turned out fairly good. And I turned this fairly thin. That's less than a 1/4 inch. It looks like might be 1/8 of an inch. And in spite of the bowl being very green, it hasn't warped that much. That may be because the pith of the wood is going this way. But it's looking pretty good. Let's see how much it has warped. Okay, I got 9 8 3/4 inches that way. 9 inches that way. So it's warped a little bit, and that's okay. It's not actually that obvious. But the walnut wood is really nice looking, and the finish turned out good. So I'm pleased with it. See you next video.